Hello, I'm Julia the Gemmologist from the Gem Academy and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the place for gem and jewellery professionals who would like to learn more about laboratory-grown diamonds and the equipment available to help us identify them. So if I've just described you, subscribe to this YouTube channel as I'll be here for you on Tuesdays talking about everything related to laboratory-grown diamonds. Today we're going to be talking about the ARi by Presidium, which is their latest diamond screener to help detect laboratory-grown diamonds. Presidium designed the ARi in response to consumer demands for a tester that would test diamonds and stones set in jewellery. So last week I described the SDS2 by Presidium, which I love as it's very accurate, you can't go wrong with it. However, it is mainly designed for use with loose stones or stones that are set as single stones. This is limiting for a lot of people, particularly those working with jewellery, so the ARi is Presidium's solution. In this video, we'll be talking about how the ARi works, how to use it, as well as reviewing its limitations and accuracy. And at the end of this video, I have a special limited time discount code, so stick around. Let's talk about how the ARi by Presidium works. The ARi is a probe that shines UV light into a stone and then measures the light that is reflected back. And it will then detect specific light absorption that has occurred within the stone. In short, it's looking for a particular absorption feature that indicates the stone is a natural diamond. This feature is present in 98% of natural diamonds, which are those that are diamond type 1A. If the stone has this feature, it's identified as a natural diamond. If it doesn't have the feature, it's referred for further testing. Let's now talk about how we use this equipment. To use the ARi by Presidium, we turn it on and wait for it to calibrate whilst leaving the lid on the probe. Once it's ready to test, you click the play button on the screen, take off the lid and prepare your stone by cleaning its surface. Place the probe at 90 degrees on the table of the stone and gently push the probe onto the surface. The ARi will then test the stone, which you can see on the screen, and after 3 seconds you will get a result. The possible results are diamond, which indicates the stone is a natural diamond, type 2A CVD/HPHT, which means that it could be a natural diamond, so the rare type 2As, or it could be a laboratory-grown diamond. And then the last possible result is moissanite for the diamond simulant, synthetic moissanite. The benefits of the ARi is that it's easy to use, it's portable, handheld. The interface actually comes in 6 different languages. It's battery powered, or you can plug it into a USB port. And also it automatically shuts down after 10 minutes, which if you're very forgetful like me, is a really handy feature to have. Importantly, it can be used to quickly test set stones. It's also relatively affordable, retailing just under £1,000. Another extra benefit, which isn't written anywhere, to my knowledge, but if the stone fluoresces blue whilst it's being tested, and if the result says diamond, meaning natural diamond, the result is reliable. So you can believe that it is definitely a natural diamond, as it's also showing you the fluorescent response of natural diamonds under long-wave UV light. Let's now talk about the limitations of the ARi, starting with cut quality. Now, as this machine tests the light that's been reflected by the stone must reflect light well to be able to be tested properly. So this means stones that are poorly cut may not get an accurate result using the ARi. So this will include round brilliant stones that have a fair or poor cut quality, old cut stones such as the old mine and the old brilliant, and also fancy shapes, which takes us to limitation number 2. I've tested a range of fancy cut stones with the ARi, and overall I found the results somewhat unreliable for fancy cut stones. Sometimes it's fine, but sometimes I was testing the same stone multiple times and I would get different results each time. In this occasion, you can't listen to the machine at all. It's just a false result and you just find another test to do. The funny thing that I found is that there's no particular cut that definitely works or definitely doesn't work. So some cuts that you think would perform well, such as a princess cut, which returns a high proportion of light, or a cushion brilliant, sometimes they would test incorrectly, and then sometimes an emerald cut would test accurately. So there's no particular logic for which fancy cuts will work and which fancy cuts will not. Next limitation, size. To get an accurate result, the probe must have full contact with the surface of the stone, which can be problematic for smaller stones. The probe itself measures just over 1 millimeter, so therefore the minimum size stone is approximately 1.7 millimeters in diameter. But this of course depends on the stone's proportion and also its shape. Either way, very small melee may not be accurately tested with this piece of kit. That being said, I did manage to accurately test the diamonds within this earring, even though they measure between 1 and 1.5 millimeters. Colour. Presidium states that this equipment is designed for D to J stones, so those in the colourless to near colourless range. In this instance, they're being really serious. So from testing my own stones, I find that as soon as you stray outside the J colour grade, so into K and below, the results go all over the place, which is why Presidium specifies that this tester is for stones within the D to J colour range. Simulants. Let's talk about simulants. Although the ARi can accurately detect synthetic moissanite, it cannot identify other simulants. For example, round brilliant CZs commonly give the result for natural diamonds using this tester. So a very strong yet gentle reminder to always identify your simulants separately. Ideally, that should be the first thing that you do, is to find out what the material is that's in front of you. To finish off, let's check out the Assured testing program and see what they've got to say about the ARi. The Assured testing program is run by the Natural Diamond Council, who rigorously test the accuracy of equipment designed for laboratory-grown diamond detection. As you can see, the ARi has a false positive of 6%. This means that 6% of the laboratory-grown diamonds that have been tested under this program gained the result for natural diamonds, so they gained an incorrect result. They do speculate that the reason for these false positives might be the fact that some of the stones might have a table that's too small to test. However, they can't be sure. Otherwise, these stones were round brilliant and they were within the correct colour grade. Fancy shapes were not tested. In summary, the ARi is good for testing set stones and loose stones that are round brilliant in shape, well cut, and within the D to J colourless range, which does describe a majority of diamonds and laboratory-grown diamonds that are on the market. But due to potential false positives, this equipment really should be used as more of an indication to an identity and then backed up with further evidence from other observations and tests. That's it for my review. If you want an ARi by Presidium, I have a special limited time 5% discount code just for you, which is written here, JGARI5. Use the link in the comments below to go to the official Presidium website, where this equipment is listed in Singapore dollars. That's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video by the Gem Academy. Feel free to ask any questions, and I'll see you next Tuesday for another equipment video, as I'll be showing you one of my favourite tools, the Jewellery Inspector by Gematrix. Subscribe and I'll see you soon.